Shalom, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the elect pushing the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Alright. This lesson is entitled, For They Grieve, Not for the Affliction of Joseph. And this is a quick lesson. Basically, it's going to deal with the northern kingdom. Alright. How something that I'm not sure who runs the site, but the brother is called Twin Fam. I know he's from the Dallas camp. I'm not sure if it's the Elder Ariala, but he said something because someone said, "Oh, why are you guys dealing with the Latinos and natives and basically how they're not killed on the same scale as the blacks in America?" And he said something that through the spirit makes a lot of sense, of course. How of course spiritually it all starts with Judah, right? It all starts with Judah, then it rolls downhill. So Judah's always the main head figure. He's always on the news. He's always the first talked about, right? So dealing with that, a lot of focus is shifted from the northern kingdom. And also something that the brother in our camp, Howard, he was going into Saturday too. How when we talk about the one kingdom, then Esau switches it and goes into the next kingdom, divide and conquer, right? So I'm gonna get Amos 6:1, which I brought the scripture out on Saturday, but the Spirit made me do a lesson on it to get a little deeper into it. So this is verse 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion, right? Zion meaning monument, meaning Israelites. Now this scripture particularly is dealing with the southern kingdom. It says, and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. Pass ye unto Calne and see, and from thence go ye to Hamath the great, then go down to Gath of the Philistines. Be they better than these kingdoms, or their border greater than your border? Ye that put far away the evil day, and cause the seat of violence to come near. Right? And that's what our people do. They put away the evil day, right? And we're telling them every chance we get, every time we're on the highways, every time we do these videos, that the evil day is coming. Martial law is coming. Race riots are coming. The forced implementation of you getting the chip is coming, which is the mark of the beast, and spoken of in Revelations, the 13th chapter. All these evils are coming, man, but they put it far away. Verse 4, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches, meaning lavish. You're in relaxation mode. Ivory is a precious resource, right? It represents you're just see they stretch themselves out. You're just chilling, man. You just have your head behind your head, just relaxing, lounging, right? And eat the lambs out of the flock, and the calves out of the midst of the stall, that chant to the sound of the viol, meaning musical instruments. What is our people doing? They're all up in music, right? And invent to themselves instruments of music like David. You see? So that's what these jakes are doing, man. They're just lounging, man. They're just making up all kind. Oh, I got this new rap beat, or I got this new flow going on. I'm working on this and that, right? That drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. Now Joseph was the father of Manasseh and Ephraim, two young boys that became spiritually grafted in as a son of Jacob, because technically they're the grandsons of Jacob, but they're part of the 12 tribes of Jacob. All right, and Ephraim became the head. So Joseph was never is not a tribe technically in Israel when you look at the 12 tribes. So Joseph is dealing with Manasseh and Ephraim. All right, everything is spiritual, man. You got a guy dealing with logistics and going into, that doesn't make sense. Well, everything is spiritual. But the point is, they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. Now there's a case up here in Canada, in Saskatchewan, I believe it was last month. This guy, Colton Bushy, I believe that's how you say his last name. Guess what? he was killed. He went up on this cracker's farm, right? He went up on this cracker's farm, and what happened was he was so-called trespassing, but they were in a group of a car, you know, in a group, and their car had a flat tire. So he went up and he asked, you know, to help him with the spare tire or the flat tire or whatever, and the cracker shot him because he said they were trespassing, and he killed him. Now he got charged. The Edomite got charged with second-degree murder, but he got out on $10,000 bail or something like that. You know, I haven't looked into the full story. I've dabbled and dabbled into bits and pieces. You know, there's a brother out there in Alberta I spoke with last month, did a video on it. You know, he's going all into it. So, and that's a regular occurrence out west to my knowledge, you know. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, British Columbia, BC, Edomites killing Gadites. And that's something that's not known, especially in America as well. You don't hear that, but there are a lot of police shootings of Latinos and Native Americans in America and in Canada. Now in Canada, again, like I said, you got like the brother told me, the Gadite brother told me, you got straight up KKK out there. Right? You got straight up KKK out there, towns that you can't go to. Right? And he told me his uncle went out to get gas, and he got jumped by 3 or 4 Edomites, and he killed 3 of them and wounded 1 in the hospital, self-defense. You see? But they tried to kill his ass, right? So you got straight up clan towns out there, something you don't know about, because everyone thinks Canada, land of the free and fucking maple syrup and hockey and all this shit. But you know, you go out west and you'll see the real deal. Even in here in Canada, go up to Thunder Bay. You know, a lot of Gadites go missing up there and killed. A lot of racism up there. Timmins, Sudbury, all these fucking places, right? Go to Barrie, man. Or, you know, all these places, fucking Peterborough, you know, Kawartha Lakes. But the point is that our people, all the tribes, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, they are getting killed. You know, they're getting killed by police, by Edomites. So you see, this was like, what do you call it? This was like, the Edomite thought he was in America, because in Canada you can't really do that. There's no laws like that. Someone trespasses, you can shoot them. You see, but he just said, fuck it. You know, this guy looks suspicious. He's a fucking Indian. What the fuck's he doing on my property? And just shot his ass. And there was one Jake that was with them too, because they interviewed him, I believe. You know? So, again, and the only thing is because there's media out here, right? That's why it's being blown up. Because people so-called have a voice. They have a media. They can put it on YouTube. They can put it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, right? These things were happening for hundreds of years with no media. 80s, 90s, early 2000s, when you didn't have Twitter, Facebook, cell phones on a mass scale, you could upload something in a click of a button. These things were happening, and guess what? They're still happening. You see, because a lot of times you get it covered up. These things get covered up, you know. But again, that's why the scripture says they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. You got these black conscious guys. Oh, why are we dealing with the Latinos? Why are we dealing with the Native Americans? They got their own group economics going on, and they got their own this and that. Listen, all the tribes are cursed, man. I don't care what tribe you go to, they're all cursed. They all suffer the same curses, man. They all went through genocide, cultural appropriation, cultural theft, identity theft, poverty, right? Prejudice, racism, oppression, all the tribes, man. You see? But again, like the brother said, when you deal with Judah, they got the most hell because they are the head tribe, and everything rolls downhill from them. Judah being the so-called American blacks. So everything rolls downhill from them because they are the head tribe. You see? So to not deal with the other tribes, you're just being not spiritual. And you got brothers in GMS just like that too. You know, whatever, they might have beef with certain tribes in the world, and they'll bring that shit into the truth, right? And stick with it when you're supposed to mortify your members, the scripture says. And really, all that beef that we had, that's the curses, man. That is the curses that the Most High put upon us to divide us. I'm going to get Isaiah, book of Isaiah, chapter 9, 1 second, let me just see which. I started 21, that's the point. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh. Right? So Manasseh was the head, or the eldest. Ephraim was the youngest, but the blessing went upon Ephraim to be the head. And all through the Spirit, man. That's how the Spirit works. A guy asks, why did he do that? Don't ask questions, man. Why the fuck you gonna ask that question? It already happened. That's what the Most High wanted it to do. That's why the scripture says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Right? And they together shall be against Judah. You see that? So Ephraim and Manasseh, they represent the whole northern kingdom. So dealing with Issachar, Gad, Reuben, Zebulun, etc. Right? Because that's the head. Ephraim is the head. Right? And Manasseh is the eldest. It says, for all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. You see that? So that's the curses, man. So when you got Issacharites beefing with Judahites in Cali, and guys that come in the truth, they might have a problem with Issachar. They say, oh man, all my life, 30 years or 20 years or whatever, however long you're in the world, I had a problem with these guys. And now you bring that shit in camp and cause strife. Or you might say, oh, Issachar doesn't know how blacks live. Or Issachar might say, oh, this guy doesn't know how Latinos live. See, that's that same bullshit. Someone might not know how you live, but guess what? Through the Spirit, everything comes out. And you learn from different brothers. And you get experience from that. You see? I don't know how fucking Brazilians live in the favelas, because I've never been to favelas. But guess what? We all know through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that they're Israelites, and we got to still rebuke them. We still got to bring the truth to them. You see? This is Zechariah 11 and 14. Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. You see that? So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he's the one that broke the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. And again, Israel, who was the head of Israel? Ephraim. The capital was in Samaria. That's where they made their capital when they split. Rehoboam, Jeroboam, they split from King Solomon. And ever since then, that's where that Cali beef came from, so to speak. You see? But, everywhere's different, man. Like in New York, all you hear about is Puerto Ricans and blacks together and Cubans, But at the same time, do they beef? Yeah. But there's beef within Judah. There's beef within Benjamin. So all this shit about, two kingdoms and this and that, brothers got to get out of their mind about Latinos and blacks. And you got to get back to your nationality, your spiritual nationality through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's what you got to get in your mind, man. That it's not, this. It's Jacob, the 12 tribes of Jacob. So that was all I wanted to bring out through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So with that, I hope you brothers stay strong. Hope you brothers are edified a little bit. Stop getting in that proud spirit, man. And just get down to the nitty gritty truth. Get down to the truth. Push the truth. Alright, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Dam Yad. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone who I learned the truth from. Salutations, peace and blessings to the elect, pushing the truth of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Till next time, I say shalom.